It's almost impossible to believe that a prosperous fishing town of 20,000 people stood here. Today, the site of what was once Rikuzentakata is a hellish place choked with dirt and debris. Empty except for the swarm of bulldozers gnawing at its remains. And it's almost certain that many of the 1,000 still missing will never be found. I've come to Rikuzentakata not just because it's one of the worst hit communities along this entire coastline, but because I have a connection here. Today, Rikuzentakata is a haunted, obliterated place. It's a shocking transformation because when I was here last year filming for Foreign Correspondent, it was a vibrant fishing port, a place of people, temples and traditional houses. Before March 11, Rikuzentakata was listed as one of Japan's most scenic places. Its historic timber homes and shrines were something to treasure. Much of the town has stood for more than a century, and locals had every reason to believe it would stand well into the future. And just to be sure, they'd built a 6.5 metre high wall to protect it from a surging sea. It was a whaling controversy that brought me here a year ago. Defiant pro-whaling provocateur Masayuki Komatsu hailed from here. We filmed him at a raucous gathering with friends, a night of drinking, laughter and whale meat. But it would be the last time all these old friends would enjoy each other's company. Masayuki Komatsu would return home to Tokyo, but his friends would stay in their town. This is the survival story of fisherman Yoshiharu Yoshida, aspiring politician Toshiki Fukuda, and architect Koichi Tsunoda. A year after this dinner, their lives would be changed forever, each in a different way. It's a freezing afternoon on the 11th of March, and after returning to port, these fishermen mend their nets on the dock. But very soon, the fourth most violent earthquake in recorded history would shake and rock this place, with 600 million times the energy of the Hiroshima bomb. The rupture would trigger an even more destructive force, a tsunami that would race towards the coast with extraordinary speed.
So もう見た感じでもう今までにない地震だからもう地割れもないもしてるからもうこれはもう完全に津波が来ると大きい津波が来ると今までの地震じゃないからうちの家内に任せると上空に行って車を一番上に乗せてあと走って船に乗って。
While others head for the hills, fisherman and oyster farmer Yoshiharu Yoshida is putting to sea to try to save his boat. The closer the tsunami gets to the coast, the bigger it will grow. And the harder it will be for his boat to make it over the wave. He isn't the only one trying to beat the tsunami. Politician and volunteer firefighter Toshiki Fukuda is heading into the face of danger, speeding to close a gated seawall near his home.
僕は担当がこの地域、お供のこの地域の責任者だったんで、確認、それから団員の 安否も確認しなくちゃいけないんで、高台にあった車に走って行ってずっとあとここまで車で大体15分かかるんですけども、ここに来て
Just a few kilometres out in the Pacific, the tsunami is slowing and growing.
10メーターだね。
This Japanese Coast Guard ship is about to meet the unstoppable force head on. Yoshiharu Yoshida too manages to ride over the wave. He catches his breath, counts his blessings, and then turns helplessly to shore to watch the tsunami thunder on toward Rikuzen Takeda.
出て10分ぐらいね、出て10分ぐらいしたら大きいビッグウェーブが両サイドから来て、それの5分ぐらいしたらもう高田の町が、もうなんていうの、水煙、もう何メーター20メーター以上あったと思うんだけども、すごい水煙で火事なのかな、最初火事かなと思ったんですよ。煙が白っぽい灰色っぽいがあったから、火事になったのかなと思ったんだけども。
Standing on top of the sea gate in port, Toshiki Fukuda is stunned as the sea starts to rise and doesn't stop.
水がずーっと上がってきてこの辺まで来たのかな。その瞬間これはもうダメだと思って、降りて向こうの方に走って高台まで走ってきました。そこにちょうどうちの、ポンプ自動車があったんで。
At first, a small wave washes in, and you can hear volunteer firefighters, who might well have expected something much larger, chuckle with relief. But little do they know, not far behind, there's another wave that will soon hit the coast at 60 kilometres an hour and at a height of 13 metres. Now the sirens are sounding throughout Rikuzen Takeda, and the laughter turns to panic. Toshiki Fukuda is also fleeing, but 49 other volunteer firemen will be caught by the wave and washed to their deaths. In the freezing gloom, Rikuzen Takeda is being engulfed by a churning black mass of water. Almost everything in its path is either crushed or carried away. Panic is now turning to terror as people try to scramble to higher ground. This person realises too late the speed and killing power of this mountain of water and debris. The force of the water is now obliterating entire buildings in explosions of spray. The fate of these people floating on this twisted debris is unknown. The picturesque fishing hamlet of Rikuzen Takeda is no more. Just about every building and structure destroyed, and 2,000 townsfolk are dead or missing. Fisherman Yoshiharu Yoshida watched the waves wipe out his town. He would spend the night out on the water before plucking up the courage to return.
瓦礫が全部やられてるし、もう今までの世界じゃない別世界でしょ。
But he was fortunate. His wife and home survived. But Yoshiharu Yoshida's livelihood has been destroyed. His boat is trapped in port by islands of floating debris. Fishing is impossible.
生きてる風には全然ない。それから瓦礫の養殖の瓦礫撤去まだなってない。それから海の底がどうなってるかわかんない。それらをあとほら港の瓦礫それも全然撤去なってない。
あ、じゃあそうね。
For 3 centuries, a legendary forest of 70,000 pines stood here. This is the sole survivor of the tsunami. For fire volunteer and politician Toshiki Fukuda, this tree symbolises Rikuzen Takeda's resilience and hopes for resurrection. It's a place of reflection and comfort as he reconciles himself to a profound personal loss. The tsunami that took the trees and swept away his town also took away his wife. Koko Fukuda was at work at City Hall when the siren sounded. With her colleagues, she milled about in front of the building as the tsunami loomed on the horizon.
ここに、携帯にメールが入ってますけども、当日のメールです。津波が来る前に自分は大丈夫ですよ、立野木児童公園にで避難中ですよ、待機中ですっていう最後のメールでした。
This is City Hall today. Rescue teams are only now working their way into the building. Inside, smashed cars, possibly containing bodies. It's slow and gruesome work. Toshiki Fukuda and his son and daughters are at least grateful that his wife's body was found, allowing him to give her a traditional cremation.
うちの家内は実を言うと、去年の夏に、がんの手術をしたんですよ。で、人生これからもう一度っていうことで、本人は自分を中心にもう一回、子どもたちが大きくなるまで大きくなるっていうか家庭を持つまで頑張るぞっていう話をしてました。それが実現できなかったのが一番悲しいなっていうところはあります。
For many in Rikuzen Takeda, the tsunami obliterated everything, leaving behind only memories. In a car park high above the town, the sodden remains of happier times are laid out. These photo albums and portraits were carefully dug from the debris by recovery crews. But only a few survivors, like 80-year-old Kiyoshi Shida, are fortunate enough to find a trace of their photo collections.
まずこれだけ見つかって最高に嬉しいですよ。何にも残ったもの何にもありません。写真だけです。本当に嬉しいです。
To one side of this muddied pile of memories, another sobering reminder. School bags found in the wreckage of Rikuzen Takeda. Black for boys, red for girls. When we were here filming last year, we were trying to capture a bit of the streetscape of Rikuzen Takeda. So we were walking around one of the older parts of town and there was this little boy on a bike and he just would not leave us alone. He would zoom through shot after shot. He was insistent that he wanted to be part of the show, and in the end, I think we put him in the program. And I suppose a year on, it's very poignant that we've come back to try and find him. With the ABC's Tokyo producer, Yayoi Eguchi, I've come to the closest primary school to where we filmed him, where we seek out the deputy principal to try to find a lead. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Hi. この子知ってますか？
はい、あ、知ってます。志田香南っていう5年生の子です。
Can we go and meet him?
会うことできますか？
はい、大丈夫です。
ありがとうございます。すみません。こんにちは。こんにちは。There he is. 大丈夫ですか？大丈夫ですよ。That's you on the bike.
本当だ。自転車に乗ってたの覚えてる。
He's all shy.
なんだ。
Eventually, 12-year-old Kanang Shida's embarrassment fades, and he tells us about the fate of his family. Ask him how he is and his family.
僕元気、それにみんな家族とかもみんな元気。大丈夫ですよ。なんか波がストップしたんですよ。なんか家までなんか来そうに見えなかった。なんかここら辺がストップみたいだったんで。
Now, after school, Kanang Shida cycles through a neighbourhood of gored and gutted houses. He's lucky. His was spared by a matter of metres. More than 8,000 homes in Rikuzen Takeda were destroyed, leaving half the town's residents homeless. For a proud man, it's come down to this, trawling through boxes of donated clothes for something to wear. Koichi Sanada has never needed handouts before, but he now relies on others for food and shelter too.
仕事のあれが場所がなくなったとか、まあ住まいがなくなったっていうようなあれはありますけども。
Last year, the architect kicked up his heels at the gathering we filmed. Today, he sleeps at a school-turned-evacuation centre in a room with other homeless men. Among them, his son Tomoya, who has returned from university.
長そうしか言えんでしょ、特に支援もできるわけでもないし、まあ大きくなったらなんか、できることできるから、まあ
ありがとう。
The family's modern home was just a few metres from the breakwater, giving them precious seconds to flee the wave.
車をもう移動して自分の自宅の裏山にじゃあ今回の津波はどの程度来るんだろうと思って上がってみたらまあ防波堤の一番の頂上をなんかナイアガラの滝のようにザーッと流れ落ちて。住宅がいとも簡単に浮いて流されていく感じを見ると怖いなっていう。
From this vantage point, Koichi Tsunada watched helpless and in horror as his community was washed away. He and his son even took photos of the tsunami crashing in.
So this is where the water came up to here.
Koichi Sanada admits there's a grim irony in the fact he's an architectural designer, specialising in earthquake-proof buildings.
So you're going to demolish the house?
His home easily withstood the biggest recorded quake in Japanese history, without a single crack. only to be inundated by the tsunami it created. Rikuzen Takeda is just one of dozens of villages, towns and cities devastated by these extraordinary waves, which washed through the top floors of 4-storey buildings. In another town to the north, a tsunami estimated at a staggering height of 38 metres wiped out the community entirely. In the dust and debris here, police and soldiers continue their search for the missing, knowing that in this wasteland, no one will be found alive. As a reporter, I've covered wars, terrorism and revolutions, but I've never gazed upon utter devastation and death on a scale like this. Making it even harder to comprehend is that I've strolled among the shrines, temples and homes of this seaside town before the cataclysm. But that's nothing compared to the experiences of those who've lived through it. For the architect, Koichi Tsunoda, the tsunami has ripped a scar through both his town and his spirit.
一番気になるものっていうのは、この地域でもあるけども、何もかにもなんて言うんだろう、流されてしまってると。だから残ってるのはこう高い土地のあるところなんだけども、頑張るっていうのがどういうふうなのか。私にも想像がつかないところです。
For the fisherman Yoshiharu Yoshida, the sea may be the reason for this community's destruction, but it will also be the reason for its resurrection.
影響、家なくした人もいるし、あと親戚、誰いうか、うちもだけど、親類なくした人たちもいるけども。やっぱりそれだけ泣いてた何もしないでそのままではもう何もなんないから一歩一歩仕事会社員は会社員の仕事の方を見つけるとか。
And for the politician Toshiki Fukuda, it's not about rebuilding the town, it's about building a new Rikuzen Takeda.
やっぱりこの町が好きだし、この町でより多くの人たちが生活を続けてほしいし、次の世代にこの町を引き継ぐ責務が自分の中にはあると。
Japan is grappling with its biggest disaster since the Second World War. Whole cities disappeared then too. But this natural calamity is the most expensive in world history. Stoicism is a word often used to describe the Japanese. They've risen from the rubble before. Now they must do it again.